Hello, good morning law aspirants with the shining, glamorous, glowing faces of vocabulary. You're ready with another video of the vocabulary section. See, students have always asked, ma'am, 15 minutes mein kya hota hai? 15 minutes mein do you think there'll be a change that will come? I said, yes, truly. You know, slow and steady wins the race is the saying you must have heard, and also in the childhood the story of it. It's like simple little midastats. You know, we are not giving you piles of work or heaps of things, just one or two roots, subsidiary roots, forming up a chain, linking it with the things, telling you about the reading section, novels, dramas, fiction, short stories, adding up more flavor to your life and making more, interesting. It's said that if you are neither interested in arts or nor in science, life is a rough footpath. So if you want to make it the smooth one, you have to make it smooth through this texture of vocabulary. Yes, this texture of vocabulary. So let's begin with our class today. Yes, already all set? Please do write your doubts. Please do make comments that what is the thing that we want from us and the thing that we are lagging and the thing that is our plus point. Yes, please do so. Beginning with our vocabulary section today, we'll be discussing a bit reading section, and after that we'll be taking up the root. Okay, so let's take up the novel section today. Right, this is the novel section that I am prescribing you for today's class. This is the first novel, that is Middlemarch. This is by George Eliot, a wonderful novel, must read kind of a novel, I would say. Train to Pakistan, the second one, based on partition of India. You know, it's something nostalgic, it's something which is heart touching, something which will make you feel the breath of that same partition and the problems and the turmoil and the tension that was existing at that time, the chaos that was there. Mansfield Park, wonderful novel again by, you can see George Eliot has a great command over her writing skills, and this Victorian novelist known by Ivanhoe is been very dexterous in her writing skills. Tom Jones by Henry Fielding. Henry Fielding was the one who was called the Shakespeare of novels, right? So his writing skills nobody can, unsurpassable, beyond comparison. Virginia Woolf, a touch of feminism we have given to your things. Right, this is A Room of One. Soon tells you about the problems women face, not in India or the Parda system or anything else, but even in England. Women are still not treated as the equal gender, and those people who have those rebellious and pugnacious attitude, this is an outlet for you. You could use that. Yes, very good. So this is the list of the novels. Please, who are, एक novel पढ़ने में, students have asked me how much time does it take. It takes dearies around 3 to 4 days, maximum 5. The last limit would be 5 to 6 days. That's it. And it's not the whole day you have to read it, just 2 to 3 hours a day, as per your timing. If you're a fast reader, within 2-3 days. Right. Now turning up to the next thing that I prescribe you for reading. I would have always asked you to enhance your vocabulary, do a lot of reading, 5 pages a day, do no mugging, no rote learnings. We don't want any rote learning. No rote learning, no cramming. Right? Read fiction, read newspaper editorial section, Hindu ka pad rahe hain, has been prescribed for such a long, even the analysis, the paper is there. So why not do things in the right perspective, and it's really very helpful, right? This has been a practice I've been repeatedly saying, because I feel that it will really make a heed to you. You'll really pay heed to it, and it will make a, mark on your mind. Turning to the short stories that I prescribe you for this. This is Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe used to write wonderful short stories. This Black Cat tells about his love for the pets, those people who are very fond of pets for them, and especially about the black cat. The dead James Joyce is writing about, there's a technique in writing which is called stream of consciousness technique. This is stream of consciousness technique. This technique is very well used by James Joyce in this. In this, there is a forward backward movement. You don't know where you are, but you go deep into the mind of the character. The present, the past and the future all merge together, and you are inside the mind, inner chamber of the mind of the protagonist. The Ransom of the Red Chief, O. Henry. The Garden Party, Catherine Mansfield. Again, you'll find about the female world. And The New Dress, that is by Virginia Woolf. Again, the touch of feminism. These are short stories which act as a lullaby to you. You could read them in your leisure hours. You could read them at ease, even in your, like bedtime stories kinds, and 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes a story, right? And this is very interesting, develops your habit, inculcates a habit of reading, yes. The fifth one, that is the essays section. This is from the editorial section. These were all editors and had given various essays that are worth reading. The Old and the New Masters by Robert Litt. Robert Litt used to write by the pen name of YY. So it's like he used to write by the pseudonym, which itself is a root. Pseudo is false and nym is name. The Strange Case of Jekyll and Hyde, R.L. Stevenson, who is very famous nature writer. Of Parents and Children by Francis Bacon, and a aphoristic essay. I discussed about a aphoristic essay in my previous video, something which is a moralistic essay loaded with meaning. My Relations, Charles Lamb, a personal essay. He was, these are not, simple light things that we are giving you. Charles Lamb, was called the Prince of Personal Essays in England. His essays have no comparison. We would say magnus opus, masterpieces. And Wisdom While You Wait by E.V. Lucas, again a wonderful writer. I had earlier prescribed Tight Corners essay from the same writer, and this is the next. I hope you have noted down the names, and this will be really interesting for you to read them thoroughly. Yes. Now coming up to our roots section. After discussing in detail, I have given you enough ample reading skills, ample list of things that are worth reading. So now we turn to our things that are related with our roots section. Okay. Today's root is Gen. Gen means class or race. The root, subsidiary roots, I would write here. We have arch here, that is rule. It's also used for chief or main. Then we have is the root further. In this same, that is cressy, is also used for the same, that is rule. Now look at the word genarch. So he is the head, our chief or main, rule of this person. So the head of the family, the tribe. See, India, there is patriarchal system. It's not compulsory patriarchal, it could be matriarchal in some places. Whichever system works, that's patriarchal or matriarchal. In India, because it's patriarchal, it's the male who is the head of the family. From the root pater, that is male, and mater, that is female, mother. Like alma mater, the word which comes up. I hope that's clear. Genarch, the head of the family or the tribe or the race. Gen, see this root, gen, class or race. D'armée. Gen d'armée is a cavalryman who is the commander of a squad. He has the complete squad in his hand, and the control of the squad is in his hands. So that is the cavalryman, gendarme. Then we have gender. Gender is a kind, sort, or it could be male gender, female gender, as we use the word masculine and feminine, or neuter gender. Like the words with non-living things, we use its. With this, we use his. this you use her, and with this it use its. Like the team has done its best. Neutral gender, its, right? Genitals are the reproductive organs by which the child is produced in this world. So again the race continues. I hope the roots are clear to you. You've jotted down all the roots connected, the subsidiary roots also. Okay. Genealogy. So we have logy here, that is study. So it's a study of the family lines. It's called pedigree, right? Gene, that is one of the elements which you get as an heredity, means you get in your genes. The word genes very often used, that it is in your genes, right? Not Geans, though that the jeans, the trousers we wear, but it is in our genes. It's my genes. My mother means I've got it from my parents. Generic is belonging to the race or the kind, that is generic. Genetics is the study of those hereditary things. And Jung, that's it's also pronounced as Jung or genre. It's a type of the species. Like we'll say, for example, Shakespearean tragedy. This Shakespearean tragedy belongs to the genre of dramas of tragedies. Like Bernard Shaw's plays belong to the genre of problem plays, the plays which were more of factory of thoughts. So it is a genre, the style, a particular species of the kind, that is called genre. As I said, it's also pronounced as zang, right? In the literature section we do read that. This is clear, I hope. Okay, let's move on. I hope you're understanding the roots. See, one root gen, but there are more subsidiary roots along with it, and that would add up to the things, right? So genus is a stock. This is not genius. See, don't confuse between the two words. This genius is an erudite learner or scholar. No, I am talking here, this I is missing here. This is genus. This is a stock or a category or a classification of something, that is genus. Progeny. This used more in the grammar section. This doesn't have an S. He's got 4 offspring, 4 children, 4 descendants. So this is a progeny. Please see, no S is added. This is already a plural form. Right? This is a plural form. Indigenous, very important word for your passages. This means something which is an inborn skill, means by birth. You get it, you know, genetic factor, from your genetic factor. It's something which is innate inside you. So this is by birth, something which is inside you, you know. So pro picks up. Indigenous, as I said, that is a very important word, that is inborn skill. Person, child knows it things. Like if my mother had some talent and I also have that talent, that means it's inside me. I didn't learn it. It was not grasped by me. It was not a learned thing, but it was in me right from my childhood by birth, right? This is clear. So although we have taken up gen root, but we have taken 10 subsidiary more roots to it, 5-7 more roots added to it, and this will enhance things. We have given focus on the reading section today. The next class we'll be continuing with more roots. You know, the roots, you'll say, how many, ma'am? No, there's no end to it, and we'll keep learning, as learning is a continuous process. Please do like and subscribe our channel, and please, your comments are most welcome. Thank you, students.